Everybody, this is the one and only GM, and today for this video I want to make a counter video sort of to the main man Sweden. TMM made a video saying why Lee Chalan is the worst matchup for Kazuya Mishima, and so in this video I'm gonna make this video to show you guys why I highly disagree with that statement. So we'll get right to it. First of all, Kazuya can launch punish almost all of these lows on block. Of course, down 3, of course. See? All of them. Every single one. The only one he can't punish is this. But of course you can do max distance and evade it. But if he does it up close, he can punish it. So that's one of the issues. Yeah, he always gets that. So that's the one issue. Another issue is that if the Kazuya player has those, he can launch punish that with electric. Obviously I can't do it because I'm not a Mishima player, but yeah, you can get a 13 frame electric on block on that. Another issue too is that, like I said, he punishes Lee really hard for just about everything, of course, because most of Lee's stuff is like minus 13. So that's another reason. Another issue too, Lee has to force the counter hit game a lot, right? It's kind of hard against a Kazuya that's always switching up buttons all the time. Obviously, let's say I do down 4-1 4-4-4, right? Because I think a jab is coming. Eat a fucking gut punch, right? Or if I try to do magic 4, right? So of course, you see. So defensively, Kazuya punishes Lee extremely hard. So it's really hard for a Lee player to beat a Kazuya player that's constantly either moving or like keeps swinging up, you know, in different buttons all the time. Like, yeah, like Lee could, you know, accelerate most of his stuff and 4-4-4 them, but that's only if the Kazuya is constantly doing the same shit after blocking something. If you play a Kazuya that's constantly doing that, or constantly doing, you know, while staying 4 into 1-1, but it's still a lot of guessing at Lee's part, and Kazuya really doesn't need to fucking, you know, swing like that all the time against Lee anyway. You could just block punish, or just keep stepping to Lee's weak side anyway, and, you know, and just punish him. See? And then he could get electric. He doesn't need to really deal with a lot of the Lee stuff. No, and if like Lee goes for like down 3 into him, man, of course you can do this other beefy punish. You can do the beefy punish right here. I'll show you guys. Yeah. So you could do the 1-2. Of course you could stop that though, Lee Chalan. So it's pretty hard to match up because of that. He punishes Lee very, very hard. The only reason why I can see if this being bad for Kazuya, like I said, if the Kazuya is like extremely predictable and mashing after minus all the time, well, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to do that. He really doesn't need to do that. He could just kind of block punish, and of course Lee has to get in, and it's kind of hard to get in when somebody has good movement and spacing. You feel me? I got to figure out a way to get in without running into a DF2. Electric for keep out, forward 4. So there's a lot of stuff you have to worry about. So like Lee's main game is obviously playing the counter hit game, right? Like I said, it's hard because of course gut punch, you know, reading gut punch down 1+2 and then, you know, constant 1-1-2 shits. But of course, like Lee can Magic 4, 4-4-4 and shit like that, but it's still a hard read at the end of the day. But Kazuya could just block and punish. You know what I'm saying? He could just block and punish all of that. So that's the reason why I disagree with this being one of Kazuya's worst matchups. Kazuya has a lot of stuff to deal with Lee. He could just space him out and just block punish a lot of his stuff. So he could punish Lee really, really hard. I think the only reason why TMM thinks this matchup is bad is like what I said. Like if you constantly just doing 1-1-1s after everything or mashing gut punch every 24/7 instead of just blocking and punishing or moving to Lee's weak side and punishing with electric or keeping out with electric, then yeah, that's bad. Another thing too is that let's say Lee does down 2, right? You can see I counter hitting him out of the high crush. See? So that's another thing. You have to be really careful. Lee's most consistent high crush against Kazuya is obviously down 3, but you gotta be careful because of the because you could duck and launch. You see, you could just backdash too. So it's only bad if you always swinging. See, I just backdash and launch, or if I know it's coming, bakate. Another reason too, Lee's movement is not that great, so it's really hard for Lee to deal with like wave dash mix-ups and stuff like that. Like I gotta guess against Kazuya a lot more than the generic person, a generic character with good movement. Like yeah, you could sidewalk hell sweep and sidewalk electric, but it's really hard for Lee Chalan to sidestep moves or just move in general. His movement is not that good. His movement is not really not that good. So that's another reason too. If Lee's movement was a bit better, that is easy for him to sidewalk left and just move out of Kazuya stuff, then yeah. But he has to kind of go back and forth with Kazuya poke wise because his movement is not that good to stop from hell sweep mix-ups and just getting poked up. And like I said, it's hard because if I guess wrong, I could either gut punch or down 1+2, sidestep that, or I could just get ducked and while staying 1-2. So that's the reason why I disagree with Main Man Sweden on the Kazuya, Lee being Kazuya's worst matchup. I disagree. Like I said, it's only bad if you just mash all day predictably without trying to play defensive or trying to sidewalk. Or just play defensive in general. If you play defensive in general, just play your keep out, there's not much you got to worry about. So that's it for this video. I just want to make a counter argument for that. Write in the comments and tell me what you guys think about this whole thing. And yeah, man, that's it for this video. Be sure to fightinggm_Tekken, that's the Twitch, and all the other stuff. TikTok, Twitter, fightinggm. Nexus.gg, that's the Capcom store. Nexus.gg, fightinggm. Purchase some Capcom games on Steam. The new Resident Evil DLC with Ada 1 coming out too. Check that out. Alright? And check out DX Racer for the exclusive esports chairs and use the code fightinggm23. Alright? And Metafy.gg, fightinggm for that coaching. Alright? So take care and peace out. Later.